good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode 4 of Truth Seekers. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for all the feedback, all the liking, the sharing. Thank you so much for everyone who's been supporting us. We hope you're enjoying it, and here we go for episode 4. So I think we're going to start by reading the questions that we were given last time on our podcast. Actually, before that, we need to address the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on.
That's what I was thinking.
The pig in the room. The porky. So here we have Porky, our first guest. Let's say unofficial guest. We're a trial run of how we're going to set up the cameras and stuff. This time we're doing a 1-camera setup. We'll probably try a 2-camera setup next time. So basically, Porky's here with us to give more nuanced opinions on things that we're going to talk about today. And so here you go. Here's Porky in all his glory.
Yeah, usually you hear my voice behind the camera, but for today, I'll be in front of the camera. And I'm excited to talk with these guys and have a nice conversation.
Great.
Porcupine.
So just to come back on the last podcast where we were talking about Mars, basically humans going to Mars, we had an excellent comment from Jean-Marc, one of my good friends, a really interesting one that I could separate in 3 parts maybe. So first of all, he was asking us, how big is going to be the innovation of like all the technology that comes from Mars, from our will to go to Mars? So like all the technological improvement, how much is it going to affect what happened to Earth, what's happening on Earth? So, but we talked about it a little bit when we were saying like about the way that going to space, like space exploration, how it can become beneficial for a private market, for example. So yeah, like a lot of the technologies, I think you did a bit of research on that. A lot of the technologies from the space explorations are gonna have a big impact eventually on Earth. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Like there's a bunch of things that can come out of that. Like I was talking about the glass, like that we can do on Mars. Like the special glass that doesn't break. Mm-hmm. There's also like we said the things pour visser. I completely forgot the word in English, to like screw stuff, like the electric screwers. But there's things also, like he mentions in his comment, there's also the Dyson sphere. Mm-hmm. That could eventually be put into place, because like when we start becoming a multi-planetary species, first of all, our technology will have advanced by a lot, and we'll be constantly evolving and trying to get new technologies. And the Dyson sphere is basically, I had no idea what it was, so thank you for the comment. It's basically creating like a huge kind of ring around the sun. Not like a ring is a like sphere, kind of like abstract, but like it's like a bunch of mirrors that you'd set up, just like we said on Mars, like to terraform Mars, like last time. Like you put like a ring of a bunch of satellites of big mirrors that concentrate energy somewhere, and basically you're harvesting like 100% of the sun's energy, which can then like supply us for multiple planets or even galaxies if we get to that point.
So it's going to be a big advancement in society as a whole. Yes, it's space exploration, but at the end of the day, it's basically the biggest human project ever done or ever attempted to. So for sure, it's going to have a lot of repercussions. Like, how do you say
repercussions?
That? Yeah, exactly. Repercussions. Yeah, whatever. So on like all the technology that we use on Earth. So I think that's it for the first part of the question. Second part of the question was really interesting to me. It's the fact that he basically asked us about how, like the fact that some humans are going to be on Mars, some humans are going to be on Earth, and they're going to have 2 separate cultures eventually. So they're going to be like, it's 2 different worlds. So is there going to be maybe an independence of the humans on Mars when they will be able to live without Earth, just as it happened in history with America, where it was like at first a British colony and then eventually became a society as a whole that we know as the United States. Is that a possibility? And like to start it off, I think so. I think that culture is really what is like driving like the people. So if they don't feel that they're related to Earth, eventually they're gonna want everything. It's gonna be basically the same as history. History is gonna repeat itself. The people after a time, like not the first generation, not the second one, not the third one, but eventually, as someone just is born on Mars, has like lived his whole life on Mars, eventually he's just gonna think about Mars and not care about Earth at all, even though everything starts from Earth. So yeah, I think they're gonna develop their independence. Basically, they're gonna go and live as they want to live and not care about the one on Earth.
And I think that it'll mostly start when once the people go to Mars, right? They settle down. Once they have kids and those kids are born, and then all the original ones that came to Mars, they all die out, and it's a new generation. They will never have experienced anything on Earth, so they can't consider themselves like Earthlings, let's
Earthians.
say. So Earthians,
Yeah.
so they're the actual first Martians because they were born on the planet, so they have no sense of feeling towards their other planet. So for them, it's like what is that planet?
Like,
I don't know.
I agree that it's for sure going to happen, but I do think it's going to take a little more time because of the fact that it's going to be so independent of Earth at the beginning, and
So dependent.
Of Earth. The technology, the plan of how to survive, everything is going to be that's going to be, the people on Mars at the beginning are not going to be a colony. They're going to be a unit trying to survive with commands coming from Earth, right? So it's going to take a while, but it's going to come for sure. Yeah. No, that's a really good point he brought up.
Mais en plus, si y a une chose que je peux rajouter, c'est juste le fait que pourquoi est-ce que tu... Éventuellement, il n'y aura pas le choix dans le sens, si t'as pas envie de naître juste pour être l'objet d'une autre planète, ça va revenir au même, mais ça... Je sais pas si l'histoire va se répéter dans ce sens-là, mais je sais pas à quel point la coupure serait aussi violente. Peut-être qu'on va juste accepter que Mars va vraiment être quelque chose, mais qu'il va y avoir une grosse coopération entre les deux planètes, parce que je pense qu'au final, il va falloir qu'il y ait une coopération, puis s'il n'y en a pas, c'est juste... il n'y a pas de point que les deux planètes...
Genre, selon moi,
ça devrait être
on n'a pas bien fait ça, l'humanité.
On devrait, par rapport à ce
coopération.
qu'on connaît de la colonisation, et juste ne pas être impérialiste et ne pas sentir que la Mars appartient à la Terre ou quoi que ce soit, juste ok, mais on accepte que ce peuple-là veut vivre ce qu'il a à vivre, mais on garde une grande coopération entre les deux planètes parce qu'au final, c'est ça le but du projet initial. Fait que j'espère que même si l'histoire se répète, on va pouvoir améliorer cette partie-là de l'histoire et que ce soit pas nécessairement une guerre qui fasse toute la différence.
Apprendre de nos erreurs du passé.
Exactement. Donc finalement, pour la troisième partie de la question, c'est à quel point est-ce que l'exploration de Mars va éventuellement amener des nouvelles idées, des nouveaux mouvements philosophiques. Une nouvelle façon pour l'humain de se percevoir en tant qu'humain, de percevoir l'humanité, de percevoir l'univers. Si, encore une fois, je peux me jeter en premier, ça serait que, d'après moi, ça va tout changer le mouvement philosophique. Parce que les mouvements philosophiques qu'on peut observer dans l'histoire sont vraiment liés à la réalité que les gens à ce moment-là vivaient. Et d'après moi, la révolution de société que ça va amener d'aller sur Mars va... Il n'y a aucun doute pour moi que ça va complètement changer une façon de réfléchir à l'homme, de réfléchir à la vie. Parce que c'est une nouveauté complète pour notre espèce.
Genre, à quel point déjà les êtres humains se tournent genre aux étoiles et juste les constellations et genre tout dans l'espace.
Et là, ça va le concrétiser.
Et là, ça va le concrétiser et encore plus, l'être humain va être comme wow, genre il y a des possibilités dans le futur est là. Genre, le futur est dans l'espace.
Ouais.
Il n'est pas sur la Terre.
Et imagine le premier humain, comme la première génération d'humains qui va vivre avec un établissement sur Mars qui fonctionnel. Eux vont avoir une perception de notre planète. Nous, c'est notre seule chose. Mais eux, c'est directement, ils naissent et toute leur vie, ils évoluent avec une planète autre qui évolue avec des humains. Et c'est sûr que
dans leur tête, les humains sont sur deux planètes.
Voilà, on est
sur une planète et il y a une petite annexe qu'on est en train de développer.
On essaie.
Eux, c'est deux planètes.
Multiplanétaire, directement, ça change ta façon de percevoir. Selon moi, ça change tout de ta façon de percevoir l'humain. Anything to add?
Et c'est aussi comme ça va leur amener à penser encore plus loin. Comme pour nous, on pense ah ouais, Mars c'est plus loin que la Terre. Ça, c'est comme le first big barrière à franchir. Mais eux, ils sont plus loin dans l'univers, comme plus loin du Soleil un peu.
Ouais.
Ça va leur amener à penser plus loin et comme peut-être comme franchir plus de barrières qui est plus lointain que Mars.
Mais c'est que ça élargit. En plus, une fois que Mars est colonisé, on a besoin d'un nouveau... On sait que ça c'est possible. Qu'est-ce qu'on colonise prochain? Et là, t'es dans une nouvelle perspective de coloniser, alors que nous, c'est encore un rêve. Mais la seconde que ce rêve devient une réalité, si ça devient une réalité, on l'espère, ou on l'espère pas, bref. Mais la seconde que ça devient une réalité, ça change complètement ta façon de percevoir le monde, for sure.
Exactement.
For sure.
So we all agree that going to Mars in general, good thing.
Good thing.
Yes?
Good thing.
100%.
Well, I think so.
On multiple aspects.
But I just realized how weird it must have been to just discover a new continent on Earth. And suddenly everyone's going to America. Well, not everyone, but like you see people leave on a boat to America and never see them again. And
going on.
what the hell? Yeah, it must have been a shock for real.
But in our case, I feel like it's almost going to be more of a shock because for them it was like, oh, there's a new continent, and then what, like 50 or 40 years later, they started going to it?
Yeah, well, it took a while, yeah.
We've known for how much time that Mars has existed. Like, in our head, Mars is something. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then the fact that, like, but also in our heads is like Mars is somewhere far away where we're never going. Mm-hmm. But in our lifetime, we're going to see people going to Mars. Like, that's...
Yeah, it's yeah.
Yo,
Can't process it. It's
mind blown.
Yeah.
But still a huge mind blown.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk said like what 2024?
2024.
Yeah,
which is
Elon Musk and his
which
schedule.
is honestly just gonna like pass by like this, like five years.
Yeah, bro, that's gotta be a shock.
Coming out of university,
Yeah.
people are on Mars.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no, wrong years. 2022 he's sending things. 2024 people.
Humans, I
So
think.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
2022 he's sending
Yeah,
rockets.
it's not like something that's gonna happen in 100 years. It's 5 years.
Yeah,
around
exactly.
the corner.
Right around the corner. Le REM va pas être encore considéré. ça prend plus de temps au gouvernement du Québec pour faire un REM que pour aller en Mars.
Ouais.
Sacrément. Ok.
La bureaucratie.
Good point.
Donc, getting out of Mars. Je pense
Going
que c'est pour
into
tout.
today's
New podcast.
Today's subject. Basically, we're gonna be looking at today. We're less, let's say, I don't like to say that we were instructional the other times, but more thoughtful today, more philosophical. So,
Yeah, trying new things.
I brought up the question of if they can, Porky and Philippe consider themselves more, I don't know how to say it in English, but deontologic or utilitarian. So, like, to define both, first of all, if like, because me and
Good
Philippe
definition.
both had those things in our courses of philosophy and CJEP,
Yeah,
but just for people who haven't had it or haven't heard of it.
When I was
So basically, utilitarianism is whatever. I'm not even gonna look up a definition. We're just going in with
Yeah, let's just
go.
go.
So utilitarianism, for people who don't know, is a house of thought in philosophy or just in life. You follow this when you take decisions in your life all the time. There's utilitarianism and deontologism. Okay, we're going to call it that. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly. So utilitarianism is basically when you take a decision, you want the greater good for the most amount of people and in the quickest time. So everyone counts for one. Like every person counts as one, and no person counts for more than another person.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically it. So when you take a decision, it's for the greater good, basically. There are a lot of things that you can say against that. There are a lot of things you can say for. And then on the deontologic side is basically it's everyone. You need to. So basically in utilitarianism, you're saying that the ends do justify the means. Mm-hmm. So like even if a couple of people don't get their way, if the most amount of people get their way, it's better. On the other side, the ends do not justify the means, so you need to basically say that everyone has their own right, and you need to look at every single person as someone that has, same thing, equal rights, but you cannot at all destroy that person's rights to get to a good, like, beneficial end for everyone. So the means do not justify the ends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, mais pour le sum it up quick, so utilitarisme, c'est le plus de bien le plus rapidement.
Pour
donc,
le plus de personnes.
Donc la fin...
Peu importe le means. Comme
la fin justifie les moyens,
Ouais.
point.
Ouais.
Et l'autre, c'est le contraire. La
Exactement.
fin ne justifie pas les moyens, donc tu peux pas tuer la moitié de la population mondiale pour que l'autre moitié vive bien.
Thanos.
Thanos. Si on revient à Avengers.
Mais... wow. Yeah, Avengers, vraiment philosophique. Mais... ouais, puis comme pour donner un exemple de déontologisme, puis que des fois c'est pas toujours très concret pour du monde, c'est comme les docteurs, ils signent, ils ont un code de déontologie, genre ils doivent prendre un cours puis tout, puis dans le fond ça dit que genre no matter what, je connais pas c'est quoi par cœur, mais par cœur, je le connais juste pas. c'est genre no matter what, ils doivent sauver quelqu'un s'ils sont capables, genre même si la mort de cette personne pourrait, parce que je vais te demander une question plus tard, mais pourrait sauver 5 autres personnes avec ses organes ou quelque chose ou n'importe quoi. Dans le fond, il doit toujours faire le bien pour une personne et toujours essayer de sauver. C'est ça. Donc, le droit de cette personne, il doit toujours sauver cette personne, même s'il ne sauve pas cette personne, il y a 5 personnes qui vont peut-être bénéficier.
Ouais.
Il peut pas juste discard les droits de cette personne.
Il doit sauver cette personne, même si c'est un criminel, mais peu importe c'est qui cette personne, peu importe ce que cette personne a fait, le médecin doit le sauver. Donc, bienvenue dans la déontologie. Versus un utilitariste qui, mettons qu'on lui dirait, oui, mais cette personne va tuer 5 personnes si tu le sauves, dirait, ben, dans ce cas-là, on le sauve pas. Donc voilà, ça c'est un peu les deux écoles. Puis là, on a des exemples, des pistes de réflexion qui nous amènent à devoir nous positionner là-dedans, parce que même quand on pense qu'on est d'une école, on finit par se faire rattraper de l'autre côté, et comme, oh, ok, mais c'est vrai que vu comme ça, c'est chaud.
So we prepared a couple questions that, like, usually they're called just like thought-bringing questions. I forgot that name. Thought experiments in ethics. So basically, I'm gonna run through a couple, and basically it's gonna bring us to kind of rationalize our position and to see if we're more utilitarian or deontologic. So basically the basic one is the trolley problem, or also called the train problem. I'm going to read it just so I say it properly and even people listening can think about how they'd answer.
So think about it, guys. Yeah. Okay? You're with us in this.
The trolley problem is okay. You see a runaway trolley moving towards 5 tied up or otherwise incapacitated people lying on the tracks. Incapacitated. I said it really weird. So you are standing next to a lever that controls a switch. If you pull the lever, the trolley will be redirected onto a side track, and the 5 people on the main track will be saved. However, there is a single person lying on the side track. So you have 2 options. You either, and this is important, you either do nothing and you allow the trolley to kill 5 people on the main track, or you pull the lever. You do the action of pulling the lever, diverting the trolley, and it will kill the 1 person on the side track. What is the more moral option?
Really hard.
Yeah. So it is really hard, and if you guys want time to think about it,
Okay, well, at first, like, my first thoughts, I would pull the lever and kill 1 instead of 5. Just that I know that what comes after is just it gets harder and harder with this this particular question. But I guess you have to kill the 1 to save the other 5. You have like a bonus of humanity at the end of the equation, but you still chose to give death to someone.
That's why it's horrible. It's because you're actually doing the action to kill. First of all, everything we're saying now is things that we would want to do, but in a real life situation, like, I believe I am a person that is able to take decisions like that, but like, probably not.
Yeah, we're in a train, you know. We're
like right now, we're talking completely abstract, completely but like in the real situation, you never know what happens. But I'm also on the camp of, if more people are going to be saved for the greater good,
pull the lever.
And you also need to take into account in that situation the consequences. By the way, it's part of the thought experiment. Like, you go to prison, like, or you'll probably be sued by the family of the person that got killed, because or else that person would be killed. So like
personal consideration.
So there's personal consideration in that. Yeah. But
you're not just a hero.
In this one, in the basic one, I think that I'd save the 5 people, because in my head it's the greater good, and it's like more people saved, more potential to better humanity and stuff like that. So statistically, I'm all about like numbers, and so
See, I'm more for like it. Let's say like they were put there for a reason, right? I don't want to really like change the course of like humanity, let's say, by changing the destiny of those. They were
put there for a reason.
Well, yeah, I don't want to change the destiny of those 5 people. You know what I mean? To like kill some other person that, you know, his destiny was to live. So maybe he could have became, you know, like, he's super smart. You don't know like his background, so maybe he's a bit bigger, like a better asset to humanity than those 5 people that maybe are just like, you know, like nothing special. He could be like a super smart like scientist.
So you keep it up to fate.
Yes, I would 100% keep it up to fate.
So like you don't want to play God and
no, exactly. Plus, I wouldn't be able to like, you know, pull the lever and like kill someone with my own hand. You know what I mean, I just wouldn't be able to like live with that.
No, doing it is probably much harder, but I strongly believe in the other side, because in my head, like, yes, he could be a very good person, but the other 5 could also, let's say they're all going to be surgeons also. Yeah, exactly. Like that. And that's why I find that important. It's 1 might be a surgeon or 5 might be a surgeon.
Yeah, that's true.
The five have a statistical statistically more chance of having a surgeon in those 5, which will then save lives in the future, save like multiple lives.
Yeah.
And so in my head, for the greater good, I think it's the better decision to pull the lever. But I agree, it would be incredibly horrible and really tough to do because you're pulling a lever and you're...
It's you're legit playing God's hand, like with your own hand pulling the lever.
It's basically like, Thanos' snap, but with a lever and 5 people instead of half the universe.
Yeah.
See, but you're playing God's hand. Yeah, but is it really fair to just like say, yeah, it was fate to kill five people when you actually had the possibility to fight 4 of them, to save 4 of them?
But then is it also fair that you would go to prison for thinking that way? That
maybe not if you get a good lawyer.
Yeah,
he actually saved 5 people. Like that becomes a law issue. But I don't want to go to prison either. So
exactly. That's the thing. It's
but it shouldn't be in my head if I'm a good person. I should just think about the lives that I'm saving instead.
But then it makes us think like we say like, oh yeah, I'd save more of humanity over like less of humanity. But deep down, you really just care about yourself, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but now we're like all in the basic case where you don't know anyone, and you're in a, they're all equal people. But
all right. So
the second we get into deeper, it becomes
Philip and I were a little more utilitarian. Porky was a little more deontologic. And it gets deeper and deeper, and it's really funny. We did this in class with my teacher, and like a majority of people actually answer in a utilitarian way for now, but then after they get more and more deontological, I'm not saying the words correctly. when you go further into the question, I was always the one that was still utilitarian at the end, and at the end he's like, "Oh my god, you like
you do not care,
you psychopath." But I was like, I see.
But I feel like it's always the same logic though. It's just you just keep the logic all the way. But just go ahead.
All right. Keep on going. So, oh my god, I've never seen this one. Okay. So this won't change Porky's side, but it could change me and fit it. So as before, a trolley is hurtling down a track towards 5 people. You're on a bridge under which it will pass. So you're on a bridge and like the trolley's going to pass under you. And you can stop it out by putting something really heavy in front of it.
Yeah.
As it happens, there's a very fat man next to you.
Yeah.
Your only way to stop the trolley is to push him over the bridge onto the track, killing him, but saving the 5 people. Do you push him?
See, now you're just so much closer to the problem because you're actually touching the person that you're killing. And that's
you are
straight up murder.
Directly
it should be exactly the same though. It should be exactly the same because you're killing the same amount of people.
So my answer is, I believe that if that person were to fall down and that would happen, that would be the best course of action. That would be like, if he were to trip because of a big wind or something and he'd fall down, it would save the 5 people. I would be like, wow, the right thing happened. The thing I wanted it to happen happened. But I don't think I'd be able to murder someone. I know I wouldn't be able to.
No, okay, well, let's get out of our characters because, let's be honest, I'm just not going to think, I should push the big guy now.
Exactly.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay, so then my position is yes.
So, yes. Like that abstract force should push the guy down to save 5 people.
I think so, yes. I'm guessing your position doesn't change?
It doesn't change because, like, it's
it's even worse now.
Like, what did this guy do in his life to, to
deserve this? And I agree, but, like, right now we're in an impossible situation where all the, like, where so 5 of those people were, what did they deserve to get killed, you know?
Yeah.
Because like in the version
what
that
the
I
hell
heard
are they doing
trolley,
on a track?
No. What I heard on like the version I heard is the version I heard
reinvents
is
English again.
It's gonna be the running meme. I reinvent English every time.
Well, I reinvented
he pushed the rockets up into the air. That was from last podcast. So basically, the version I heard is they were there was supposed to be no one working on those tracks because trains were gonna pass, but those 5 people, bureaucracy problem, they were told to work on the track, and they all have earplugs in because they're.
And now they're okay, so it's a bit realistic. They don't deserve it.
Yeah, they don't deserve it.
Well, if you go with the abstract force pushing the guy down, he dies for the greater good. I'll go with that. But if it's
That's the thing. It's like if you just go like
for sure, if it's me, I'm not pushing the guy.
We can't remove ourselves from the question.
Nah,
we actually have to. It has to be us.
Yeah, we have
or
to.
else then everyone's be like, yeah,
I'm
like whatever.
Yeah.
5 people are dying, but it's so.
No, you see, pulling the lever, I think I would be able to do.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
pushing the
it's
person, I wouldn't.
exactly the same.
I know, but
and that's the fact that's fucking me up. It's the same thing.
But I feel like it's the direct contact.
Yeah,
because
but it's just.
I know it's the same.
You're gonna feel bad after because you pushed the guy down instead of pulling the lever.
But then, like, it's the same argument that like vegan people will tell you that like if you eat, you're killing the animal. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even if it's, but that's like super indirect.
They're right though.
But
exactly.
no, they're correct. But I'm okay with it up until it's like I'm not talking about the veganism. I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it
if it's not direct. If I'm pushing the
yeah.
person, like that's too much. I wouldn't be able to do it. But I still believe it would be the best thing to happen.
Well, right now I would say no, I'm not doing it. But the second like my child is on the track, I'm pushing the guy down.
That brings in. Yeah.
You know, it's just the second that I have like emotion, like I'm there, like I see with all the emotions, someone that I love would die.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And I'm becoming a murderer.
Yeah,
anyway, and that's really fucked up.
All like go to, like I want people to see like
We're not getting any jobs in Tyson, boys.
It's I don't know.
Psychopaths.
yeah, that's the thing. Let's say like one of you were like tied up on like
one of us.
One of us. Then
Better
it's like,
save me, bro.
Well, it's like that's the thing. Like I would know like because like I would put like the people like I love like in front of me. That's me. You know what I mean? So
I also agree with
I would go to jail. Or, like let's say like
that's very utilitarian. That's a very utilitarian standpoint.
Really?
Like in the way that you would put your friends' lives in front of that person
Yes.
and your own. Like that's very utilitarian.
yes, okay, and also like let's say for the train track pulling the lever, like let's say I could replace the like one guy. Okay, actually, maybe not. If I don't know them, then it comes back to the same thing. I'm still
Okay,
like
so if you don't. Okay, so let's make your
my position.
clear.
Yeah.
If there's no emotional attachment.
No emotional attachment.
I
then-
say let's make your position clear, but I can't even speak. It's not gonna be very clear for the people listening.
Then I just leave it to
You leave it to what's happening.
whatever's happening. It's
But when there is an emotional connection, if you will.
Because then I feel like I actually have to like step in, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like I have.
But now the question
purpose
is,
to do it.
Okay.
how far would it go? Like, are you killing 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people for the one you love? Like, you know,
man.
if you have to throw like 1,000,000
yeah, you have to basically kill all like this.
You see, and that is where I am utilitarian in the sense that it's one life for a life. So let's say I'd have to let's say the lever was 4 people, 5 people. I would kill the 4 people because let's say I go to prison. That's like, it's let's say death is an L, okay?
Okay.
Is a what?
L, like loss, like an L.
L.
Like
Okay, an L,
you took
okay.
an L. 5 L's, 5 deaths, versus 4 deaths, so 4 L's, and me prison is like a half L.
Oh. Okay.
I think is better than the 5 L's. I really see it as numbers until there's an emotional connection, and then like the weight changes. Like let's say you guys are on the track, it's not 1-1 versus 1-1. It's like you guys count for more in my head, and that's maybe a horrible thing, and that kind of extracts me from being
What? We count as one?
You guys count as more than one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Or
definitely.
anyone like my child or family, stuff like that.
Anyone close to you. It's more than one, and it's a big BS because
You
know, it's
selfish,
just
but like
it's selfish,
selfish,
but-
but like in a way it's natural because like
Yeah.
No, for sure. I'm not saying
protect
that.
your kind and your
But to come back to my question, like how far does it go? Because I feel like there's a limit to that. I'm not killing the whole herd. Like I'm not killing everyone.
no, obviously. Okay, where do you put the limit? That's
Yeah,
the point.
well, where the hell do I put the limit? It's not a 10.
I'd have to think about it, but like there's probably a number. Like let's say you're
there's
worth
probably a number.
Let's say like you're worth like 6 people, and then at a certain point I'm like,
Yeah,
my
well,
bad Phil, like I love you so much, but like
You're dying for
taking the
these
L,
7 people.
For the 7 people.
I would go higher though.
No, I know.
Low-key fuck
I'm
you.
just giving a number. I'm just giving a number. I didn't think about it.
But,
Bro, it would be more than 10. Probably more than 100. And then it becomes a lot of people.
yeah, it's
Like you put 100 people in a room
You see, I
God
love you guys
damn it.
so much, but I wouldn't go up to 100 people.
to 100 people.
Nothing against you guys. I just
Yeah.
believe in And like even if it was my own life, like
how far do you go?
I like how many fat people I'm throwing?
Fat people or lean
not.
people? No one.
But
The
yeah,
fuck how he looks.
it's also like, if I'm in a situation, I like kind of like tell you like, yo, it's fine, don't worry. I won't just be like,
Yeah, I would be kind of
Save
pissed
me,
if you sacrificed like half of humanity for me. I would
Yeah,
be like, yo, bro,
exactly.
that was retarded.
No, obviously, no. You guys. No. Let's say in the story, you don't know I'm on the bridge. You don't know it's me to save you.
I'm just getting saved somehow.
You're just working.
Yeah, goddamn.
When I save you, you'll know it's me. You don't know. The people don't know under. And I believe that doesn't change.
Ooh.
That I don't think that changes.
How many
anything.
people do you think you're worth?
Yeah, but like everyone's gonna think. Well, like I believe that objectively I'm worth one person. But like when I'm gonna be taking a decision in my decision making process, well, actually, I kind of like to like when I ask ask myself these questions, I kind of make myself count as one, and like so I feel like when I'd be making a decision process, I would make myself count as more than one, but less as the people that are close to me. I'm kind of like I believe in sacrificing myself.
Oh yeah,
for
but
the greater
same.
good.
Like
I feel like sacrificing
a
yourself
lot less. Yeah.
is easier
Yeah.
then other people
than the people you love.
purposely the people you love.
No, because you know
then
you're
I'm
just
then I'm
you're-
normal. Okay.
Because then
Yeah.
you like, let's say, go down as like a hero in your head, but like the last thing in your mind is like, oh, you know, I saved all these people. But if you're like killing one person to save other people, it's like you don't really feel like a hero. You just kind of feel like,
like you're
yeah,
trash.
But
you did the right thing, but
is there half measures? Like, is there like someone that's worth 0.5, like a rapist or?
Well, that's the
killer.
next question. Okay, you want to get to the next question? We kind of talked about it. We didn't really.
Well, yeah. Well, we can go to the next, but I still don't have an answer for this one. I don't know how much people I would sacrifice to save someone that I love. That is like so hard. Do you guys have a number? I'm not even
it's
close.
hard to put a number on it because it's like it's something that's like,
But is it like it's
like-
easy to say if yes or no? Is it 8?
Yeah.
Yes or no with 8 people?
like yes, like honestly yes.
Yes,
I would.
You would kill 8 people to save the one you love.
like
Yeah,
Yeah, 8.
yeah, I think so.
8. Yes,
Yes.
for sure. Let's go to 20. 20 people for one person you love. Da.
Oh my god, but like yes,
Yeah.
but like it's obviously yes.
That's yes, that's it.
Like it's
one of the
it's
two.
yes, but like it hurts to say yes.
No, 20 people's dying. I think
Yeah.
I'm killing 20
Yeah,
people. Yeah.
no,
somehow.
but like 100 for sure, because then I won't be able to like live. the
20
same
20 is,
life.
is starting to be
Yeah, but then
quite
living
a lot
with
of
yourself,
people.
killing 20 people.
20 people.
Like, wow.
But then it depends like how you like.
Also,
kill
we
them,
never
you know what I mean?
killed. I feel like if you went to war and you killed a bunch of people, you just don't care anymore.
Yeah,
Just
at that
like-
point for people you don't know, like
You know, like you went through like
Man.
World War II. You do not.
Then you have the PTSD.
You're just
of,
like,
you
yeah,
always
whatever,
be thinking
500
about it.
yeah,
people.
but you're destroyed afterwards.
You just-
you're
yeah,
destroyed.
there's not
Like right now, like we're thinking, like if we kill one person, we're traumatized. Like some people are killing one person for a living. You know, like it's what they're paid for to go kill elsewhere in the world. So it changes with who you are also. But
Yeah, that's the
still,
thing, like,
20 people, I'm saving the
You're
one
saving,
I love.
but like you won't be the same person. It's
I
like,
won't be. No, I'm gonna
you're
be
gonna
traumatized
be-
as fuck.
No,
done,
you know
like-
what? No, I retracted 20 people. I didn't say 20 people, right? I don't think I do 20 people.
You're not killing 20 people for me.
Like not personally at all. Like I don't believe in 20 people should die for one person, no matter what the person is. Like
Elon Musk.
That's it. No.
You see now?
That's your utilitarian like
Yeah.
utilitarian
Elon Musk.
stand, like in a utilitarian standpoint, Elon Musk is worth more than 20 people to this earth. Like he is doing things.
How many is he worth? If I'm 20, how many is Elon
Wow,
Musk?
you get
Yeah, he's worth.
Well, yeah, is it like you could argue that he's worth more than Africa? Like, yeah, he's the one that's gonna bring us to Mars. No one in the village is gonna bring you to Mars, but
Yeah,
he's
but
still
then-
worth his life.
yeah, yes, but then like, after, let's, how many people are in Africa? Like 2 billion, 3 billion.
About like between like 1 and 2 billion. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say 2 billion. Like
Yeah.
Elon Musk isn't gonna do he's gonna do a lot of good, but I cannot know that he's gonna do good for 2 billion people.
Yeah, that's a lot
So then no, like utilitarianly no, not 2 billion. I'm not throwing 2 billion people off the bridge. Oh my god, I feel disgusting saying these things.
How many do you kill for Elon Musk, bro? 1 million? 200? 500? Yo, bro, it's
No. I'm not even thinking of the number. Like,
it's hard to put numbers. Obviously,
no, yeah, it's really hard to put numbers, but
it's easier to say yes or no. Are you doing it for 500 people?
I don't think so. Because I don't know if Elon Musk dies of a heart attack tomorrow.
That's true.
That's true. And that would be the biggest waste.
Wow, that'd be just...
Wow. Yeah, that's
So
true.
you need to weigh everything, like, or he stops caring tomorrow or something.
He becomes a drug addict.
Or he tweets something else that he shouldn't have and he gets locked up.
Yeah.
Probably gonna happen.
Classic Elon Musk.
Okay, well, I think we can go to the next step of the question.
I'm actually gonna go back after this and continue thinking about it. Like,
it's really hard to
I'm
think.
actually thinking this
Like
all the time.
I, but that's like it's really not personal. Like, I love you guys, but like, I don't believe in killing that many people. Like, it's selfish. It's selfish for me. Like, and not like you're not in the picture at all. It's like you don't even know I'm saving you. It's selfish for me to want you guys alive.
Yeah,
versus
100%. But
because it's also like, we
but
won't
like,
know.
in real life, I'd probably
it's so hard to care
massive.
about.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
like, it's so hard to like care equally of people you don't know and people you know.
Exactly.
But it would solve a lot of problems if we actually cared as much for everyone.
Yeah.
Because now I'm, every day and I hear about it. I see wars on TV
But,
and everything. Doesn't affect me as
affect
much
you
as it
exactly.
should, for sure. And it still affects me like more than quite a lot of people that I know, because I'm reading about it a lot, knowing about it a lot, and I know how many people are suffering just for me to get dressed in the morning, in bad working conditions and everything. So it's really hard. And there's actually a movement. It's called in French. I'm gonna say in French because I learned it in school. So cosmopolitanisme, because you care equally of basically all the humans, regardless of the race, gender, color of the skin, where he lives.
Yeah.
And that goes as far as saying like one Canadian job is worth one Chinese job. So it even goes with the jobs. If one Canadian loses his job in order for 10 people in China to get a job, is that good? In this way, it should be good, because 10 people are now living from their revenue. But a lot of Canadians are going to say, no, save the Canadian job. We need those jobs. We close the borders. With jobs, it's like easier because you're not killing anyone. But it goes the same with if a Canadian die, is it as important as if
10 Chinese people died?
Yeah.
And you could argue that the Canadian has more knowledge and he could achieve more because these 10 people were poor. But I think if we think like that, that's the second that we put like too much borders. There's no cohesion, like planetary cohesion, and it's really, really hard to achieve. What I would love humans to achieve is like to form like a really a planetary community where there's no borders anymore. That would help us with like a lot of the problems that we have, because we could all cooperate all the time. But still, it's so hard because right now we're doing the exercise with only like people I love, and you can see that I don't love everyone as much.
Exactly.
As like there's clearly like a difference, and I think everything comes from that. Like you have like an order of who you love, the ones closer to you, the ones in your village, the ones in your city, the ones in your country, and the ones in and it goes on and on and on until you don't care about the one. So it's really hard. Where were we with that? Sorry, I went off topic.
No. Pretty good. But we can go with the next one, which is the doctor one. I'll read it once again just to
make sure everyone's on the same page.
A brilliant transplant surgeon has 5 patients, each in need of a different organ, each of whom will die without that organ. Okay,
all dying.
Unfortunately, there are no organs available to perform any of these 5 transplant operations. A healthy young traveler, just passing in through the city the doctor works in, comes in for a routine checkup. I'll say that one and then I'll say the evolved version after. In the course of doing the checkup, the doctor discovers that his organs are compatible with all 5 of his dying patients. Suppose further that if the young man were to disappear, no one would suspect the doctor. So if you're the doctor, no one would suspect you, let's say. Do you support the morality of the doctor to kill that terrorist and provide his healthy organs to those 5 dying people and save their lives?
Well, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Okay, honestly, like, I'd say no. Like, I'm sorry.
So you're saving everyone, like you're saving the guy.
Yeah, like I said, well, yeah, because I mean, like the guy, you know. He's
just imagine a second you're the guy that's getting killed to give organs.
He's you know, he's going on vacation, you know.
That actually becomes like organ trafficking.
But like
to some extent. To
the like straight up, I just thought no, but I don't understand why, because it's literally the exact same thing as the trolley.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I thought no.
But are you still thinking no, or you're
I'm
coming
still
back?
hold on, like I'm trying to think.
Well, it's because it's like different. Them, they're all like like alive, right? Just five normal people alive, one person alive. But the tourist, he's completely healthy, but the other people are in bad health, right? So it's like you're taking away someone's like perfectly good health and perfectly good life just to save 5 other people, and he's just minding his own business.
See, that's where I think what we were talking about before, you know, with the like we have singular, how's it called, consciousness, and there's also like communal consciousness that could happen, like with the how's it called, an ant, with the ants. So the ants are basically thinking as a whole, and in this sense, taking all the organs from the healthy people and putting them, you know, to have more people is just. Yes, but when you're thinking about like individually, you cannot just start taking organs, because if you have like all problems with one of your organs, just take Phil's.
Okay. Like it's your mom that needs an organ.
Well, if it's my mom, bro.
Okay, perfect. So we come back to the same as the trolley, right?
Same thing, yeah.
Okay, now that's if you were the doctor. If you were just someone seeing this on the news, on the TV afterwards,
I cannot condone this.
Were you in support of it or not?
No. It becomes like human trafficking, and at this point you can just organ trafficking, and at this point everyone with like an organ problem, you're just gonna kill the one in prison to get the organ and give it to him. So now it just becomes a new game. It's basically like human society. Is like a whole new thing.
Human rights are just like not
how about no human rights
in
anymore?
The sense that
and that could be argued, but
in the sense that like because the other one, it was just like that person was in that situation. The other one, it's like you can do this to anyone.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now you can just cut me open, take my organs, and just if someone on Earth needs my heart.
Okay.
Another one my lungs, another one my stomach, whatever the fuck. Okay. There's a need for everything. So if you cut me open right now, you could probably save 20 people right now. Mm-hmm. Still, I don't want that. Like, I do deserve my organs. And then I think
you see, but that's very deontologique. Mm-hmm. Like, which is also like the thought he was doing, my prof in class. It's like everyone's like pretty utilitarian until it comes to them. Exactly. Like, especially with this question, it's like, no, then I understand you're gonna die. Like, I'm sorry, but like
no, but go ahead.
So it's also like. Do you have the right to make that decision for even the patients that need the organ, right? So let's say you kill the guy, you give the organs to the people that need it, and then later on in the news they hear, a man was killed to give like 5 organs to the 5 patients, and let's say all those patients were in the hospital, and then you know that one of those organs was implanted into you.
Someone needs to die for that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, would you feel personally, I'd feel like not like kind of right.
Like you didn't want that to happen.
Exactly. But I wouldn't want that to happen. You know what I mean? It's like I would be like, it's not fair for him, right? He's like it was against his will, kind of thing. Mm-hmm.
Mais tu vois, moi ce que je le vois différemment des autres arguments. Tu dis que comme ça vient m'affecter quand c'est moi, comme quand je me mets dans la posture de la personne qui se fait donner les organes. Mais comme je te dis, c'est juste que là, si on rentre dans ce jeu. C'est qu'il n'y a plus de... moi-même, d'un point de vue utilitariste, tu finis par juste plus avoir une société fonctionnelle de... OK, donc si ça, c'est correct, on va juste répartir les organes de la manière la plus uniforme possible.
Non, je sais, mais je dis pas que c'est une mauvaise chose. Parce que tout le monde doit avoir des droits à un certain point. C'est le yin-yang. Genre,
ça fonctionnerait plus.
Il y a toujours le point dans chacun des deux. Tu dois avoir un peu des deux pour que ça marche. Parce que genre, aussi, s'il n'y avait pas d'utilitarisme, ça marcherait pas littéralement. Si ça serait une personne par une personne, tout le monde s'entretuerait puis t'aurais The Purge à chaque soir. Genre, ça marcherait pas.
Mais là, moi, ce que je vois la grande différence entre les premiers cas et le deuxième, c'est que le premier n'affecte pas vraiment comment on va agir par la suite des choses. Okay. Mais que là, si on donne moralement le droit aux gens de disposer des organes au meilleur de
qui pense que c'est
même
bon,
s'il y a une machine qui fait le calcul parfait de quel organe devrait aller à qui, c'est juste rendu, ça marche plus. Comme là maintenant, genre, tu vas plus à l'hôpital, tu vois, il n'y a plus rien qui fonctionne.
Parce que ça set un precedent.
Ouais, voilà, maintenant, vos organes vont être distribués.
Genre, maintenant, faites attention, on s'en vient pogner vos organes.
Si la situation donne le fait que ton organe va shape mieux sur quelqu'un d'autre, j'aimerais juste mieux garder.
Okay.
Et je pense vraiment que c'est. Je pense même pas que à ce point-là, c'est selfish. C'est comme.
Non, mais
tu vois, c'est que dans notre.
Mais, je voulais dire selfish dans le sens que, comme, tout le monde va l'avoir. C'est comme, c'est la base. Tu dois être déontologique à un certain point, sinon. C'est comme la seconde que tu nais, t'es utilitariste. Sûrement ton corps est bon pour quelque chose, on va l'utiliser. Genre. Sinon, tout le monde se ferait décapiter.
Pour revenir à mon point, genre, c'est qu'on a. Non, c'est notre façon, notre conscience personnelle qui nous fait dire ça. Mais si on voit vraiment la société comme étant quelque chose que tu sais, c'est le tout vaut beaucoup plus que la somme de ses parties. Tu sais, que le tout est vraiment la chose fondamentale, un peu comme justement les fourmis évoluent, que là, ils vont se sacrifier 10 times pour juste sauver un bout de fourmilière. Si tu as une conscience collective vraiment mieux, là, à ce moment-là, c'est comme, oui, il va y avoir une répartition des organes qui va juste. C'est juste plus stratégique pour que l'espèce survive mieux qu'on sauve 4 pour 1. Mais c'est que, comme je dis, la seconde que tu es un humain et que tu franchis cette ligne-là, tu rentres dans une autre façon complètement de concevoir
genre la société.
La société, basically. Ouais. Basically, tu rentres dans le monde des fourmis. Là, t'es juste rendu, on fait tout pour le centre.
Peut-être on fera tout un podcast sur les fourmis, mais je veux dire un fun fact
Vive les fourmis.
que je t'ai dit l'autre fois. So, petite parenthèse dans le sujet. So, ants, they communicate with pheromones, right? That's like the only way they communicate, or one of the ways, whatever. Basically, they let out one type of pheromone when they die. Okay. So if you take that pheromone, like you put ants like in a lab test, you take that pheromone and you put it on an ant. It's so like community driven that it will be like, I smell death pheromone on myself. It's gonna walk itself to the graveyard. It's gonna start chilling there as if it thinks it's dead. It literally thinks it's dead because usually ants, when another ant dies and they smell that pheromone, they bring it to the graveyard as a group. It's gonna think it's dead. It's gonna walk itself to the graveyard. It's like, don't worry guys, I got this.
This is where I belong.
I'm bringing the ant that's dead to the graveyard, but it's itself. It's just gonna walk itself there. And then as soon as the pheromone wears off, it chilled there like 1 or 2 hours. It's gonna be like, oh, I'm alive now. Back to work. It's just gonna get back to work.
So those, like,
See, so it's crazy. This is the kind of case where you can see that this ant would happily give all its organs
it doesn't have
if it means that the community,
it's all for the
community is just getting better after. But with her way of seeing the world and the way our society evolved, no way we're getting out of our track to just give organs, start giving it to everyone.
And also the doctor, if he were to do that, like just to show, he's completely destroying his deontologic code. It's just like
he's saving. Well, you could argue that he's saved for people.
No, but you're like the deontological code says that is not allowed.
I'm questioning
for
the code itself, not the fact that he's destroying the code.
And now, what if the person comes in and it's not just a traveler? It's someone that like just lost all his family. He's completely depressed. He's telling the doctor, "I want to die. Can you just like inject me with a little thing that kills me off right there?"
Wow.
And
okay.
So he wants basically to be killed, but does he agree to give his organs after?
Well, let's say like
He's like,
Well, you give the organs to everyone.
Okay, so the doctor kills him.
Yeah. Okay. So
and you are.
Oh, okay. Now you're asking me if a doctor can kill like someone else who wants to die.
I mean,
wants to die.
First of all, I mean, it depends on the doctor. Like, if he could even like do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, obviously. Let's say he has the means and to save the 5 people afterwards.
Let's say for him, like, he doesn't mind doing it at all. There could be like, I find it completely like, if he does not want to like live anymore, like let's say.
Okay, but.
And he doesn't have like any family or anything, like. It's like it's his life, you know what I mean? He could do whatever he wants. So like,
but it's possible that I'm just playing the devil's advocate here because I'm on that end too. What if tomorrow he finds the love of his life and he loves life again? The day after,
he's depressed right now.
Well, that's his decision. But like, I feel like there has to be some paperwork and have to sign some things. You can't just be like, oh
no, it has to be low key. Like it has to be low key. Yeah.
So now we're getting on the track of like basically assisted suicide.
Yeah.
So you guys agree that if someone wants to die,
Well, it's not assisted suicide because assisted suicide is like medical and like the person like is not well.
Yeah, but if you're agreeing to like a perfectly healthy person to get killed,
then you're okay with assisted suicide.
Well, I'm guessing. But
no, which I am, I believe. I haven't really, but like I haven't really rationalized my position on that. But like probably,
but exactly.
If I'm thinking like this for someone that wants to die, like
someone's like super old and they have a terminal disease.
So, I think it would, like if it would be me, once again, very hard to do, and I don't know if I'd be able to do it because it's a direct kill. If it's all people that I don't know, but if like it was put in the media, I think I'd condone it. I'd be like, the doctor made the okay decision in that case.
But if you consider depression as being like a medical issue that can be fixed because it's basically just your hormones not getting the right amount of hormones in your brain at some point, which just makes you...
That is, like, it's 100% valid.
So you probably just should treat the depression.
Say, like, I would honestly say, like, no. Like,
so for me, before it becomes a, like the case of a medical assistant to die, before it becomes like someone that has a cancer, which is going to kill him in the next X couple of months with a lot of pain and everything, that I'm for. You should kill. But the second there's a way you could actually just give a good way of living to the person after he gets better, the second it's a depression that you can fix with, I don't know, like psychology or medication, whatever is the best way to treat the person, you should try to save him. I don't think that, well, it's still hard, but I think you should try to save him as much as you can, and you only give assistance when you know that it's
like
just
even
gonna
like, but like we're still in the same situation before. There's still like 5 people that need organs. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're not. It comes back to what I was saying before with you just don't start trafficking organs in a human society because now the rules are just gone.
Yeah, but like let's say this is for people that want to die. Like let's say
he wants to die. I understand.
Sign up and
I understand. Whatever. Okay, so you would basically use, bro, it's fucked up. You would use people that want to die,
fucked up. But
people that want to commit suicide as a organ factory.
Oh my god,
Like if you put it like for one person, but just imagine they're lining up.
Okay, so you're
just kill me, take my organs.
Like
but what the fuck?
That's my question. So like this situation for you would be okay, but you wouldn't want it to set a precedent for it to happen like all the time.
No, it's not okay. No, you should just
still not okay.
When you put it that way, it's like.
And with the precedent, it's even worse. With the fact that some people like they're gonna line up to get their organs after.
Yeah, that's the thing for like all of them though. It's like if you start it now, then like what does that like have in store for the future? I mean, it's like
it's fucked up.
If that's okay, then other cases
it's a game changer of morals. Just just get in line.
Go out the window. They don't exist anymore.
It could work though. Once again, if we become ants, this is they're gonna go in a straight line and say, take this, take that, implement it, and this, that, and we're good.
Yeah, but see, like we can't have that because then.
No, because we're humans, so it's just not happening.
Like one big ruler, right? Like the queen, the queen ant, right?
Yeah.
The queen ant. It's like who's gonna be the queen ant, and then we're all like
with us.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna need to have like one ruler.
Yeah, no, we're gonna need to reorganize society around these principles. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, but that would be really fucking weird.
I zoned out 2 seconds because I was reading the next one, and like I returned, and you guys are like queen ants. And
we're talking about queen ants.
I kind of understood where we were. Okay, another situation because we'll get to wrap it up soon. So you're walking in the Amazonian forest. Okay, you went on a trip, whatever. You're walking alone because your significant other had to go back for a reason. Okay,
so you're walking alone. I'm in.
So
you're just walking in the Amazonian forest. The rest was a bunch of sauce. I don't know why I said it.
Okay, so
well, fuck you, Nick.
All right,
fair enough.
You're walking in the Amazonian forest, and you hear something. So you get a little closer, okay? And then you trip, and so you walk into the situation. Even if you could have watched from afar, you walk in, so you're in the situation now, okay? You can't do anything about that. And it's trying to think about if it's okay or not. Okay, it's a like military people of X country about to kill 10 autochthones, okay, indigenous people, okay, for apparently no reason. No apparent reason. It's like a covert operation. Like none.
You don't know.
You don't know, but they haven't done anything bad. Okay. They haven't
You
done
assume
anything
that it's
bad.
because they
Good,
want to,
good people
the
getting
land,
killed by
whatever.
a
Yeah,
military.
they're just
in the
living
forest.
there because they want to take down the forest
Okay.
and
Okay.
they
enough.
want to get rid of them silently, you know?
Okay.
And then this person sees you, and there's 10 gunmen about to shoot the 10 people that are lined up, okay? That person tells you, oh, now you've seen this, and now he wants to integrate you in the problem because he wants to save his ass. So he tells you, all right, I would kill these 10 people. I will only not kill these 10 people if you pick up the gun and you kill one of those people.
Oh fuck!
Oh my god.
What do you do?
Oh fuck! What do I do?
Jeez.
Well, I would take the gun, shoot one person. I hope I would. You know,
Yeah,
like
situation.
like right now, give me all the courage that I have of not being in the situation and put me in. I should take the gun and shoot someone because it's just gonna
become
be
a murderer, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I'm taking
I
it all
also
for
think
humanity.
I would want to do that.
I
Good.
honestly,
And
think I
where
have
does that
much of a
number
choice,
end?
too, honestly.
Like 5 people, you still do it?
Yeah. Two people. I'm doing.
people.
Yeah.
2 people. Yeah. Well, yeah. Still one plus.
yeah. See, like, what
Doing it for-
That's a very
kill them all.
totalitarian standpoint.
Kill all 10.
Standpoint.
Kill all 10.
That's a kill all 10 and
Fucking dorks.
you could live. How about,
What?
let's
No,
say, like,
you
the-
live.
You live. You have to shoot someone else.
You shoot,
no, I
you
know,
shoot
the thing,
someone
like,
and then you go to
yeah.
prison, but you don't get killed. You don't die in any of the situations.
Wait, you go to prison for
Fucking
It's
hell.
either 10 people die and you just watch them die and you walk out of your holiday depressed.
Okay, that's
or
oh my god, that's
you
hard.
kill
That's
one
so-
of the people and the other 9 survive. They walk away.
Oh, okay, I didn't. Okay.
You gotta kill someone to save 9
Yeah.
instead of just letting 10 die and doing nothing.
I also think so. How do you
but
choose
then,
a person?
but then you go to jail and
How do I choose the person?
Like I just throw myself to the classic age.
yeah,
health,
exactly.
Whatever.
Well, you know that this is a really like I'm guessing that what you're saying with age is the fact that if he's older, like the older the better to kill him.
Yeah.
But for
It's weird. It sounded fucking weird what I was saying. Is what the fuck? It sounded like a fucking.
I'm not sure we're
sentence.
putting this podcast online.
What the fuck is this? But in some society, actually, the older you are,
yeah, exactly.
the better
Yeah.
off you're looked at by
Is it
society
that
because
the elders.
yeah, the elders is just like some society would sacrifice a baby before.
No,
another
of
person.
course. But I personally,
Yeah, well, this is a like occidental standpoint from that.
yeah.
You see like all the potential of the baby and that, but you know you just chose from. You said like the classic. This is the classic occidental
Yeah,
way of thinking.
okay,
you know?
yeah. I see what
But you could argue that the younger one.
and
has,
if they're all the same, I just random or see Russian.
but how would I
Yeah.
choose it? Maybe I would maybe go with elf.
But how do you know though? Like, how do you know? If
Well, you know, there's apparent science. Don't want to say that would kill the fat guy, but
I don't want to say.
I don't want to say.
well,
it,
if I'm thinking about it right now, like you know, I'm not sure I would do that actually,
man.
but wouldn't you? Like, well, yeah, I get going for the older one. Well, what the hell, bro? It's so.
First of
fucked
all,
up.
I take volunteers.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, yo, work with me here.
Who wants to die? A volunteers tribute.
Well, you know, if you're 90 years old, I guess you like. I would probably sacrifice myself. Like, you know, you're just like, yeah, I'm 90.
No,
let's
exactly.
say, like,
Exactly.
you're-
Like you hope that someone does that, but let's say everyone's like, oh, I want to.
Yeah, how do you choose, bro?
It's really hard.
Like,
there you go.
well, depends. Well, if it's me, I'm going with the classic, like the occidental classic.
Old,
Me too.
yeah.
Just because I'm gonna feel better afterwards about myself.
Exactly.
And anyways, you have to kill someone. And no way in hell am I killing like a kid. Like,
kid,
it's
yeah.
just not happening.
He's gonna look at you with like those like eyes and you're like, no.
No.
Killing off a little Naruto.
No, bro, I'm not.
Exactly.
I'm not killing a kid. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
No, shut up.
That's the last one I'm
Okay.
killing. But fucking hell, I don't know.
Okay, so
I would kill the older one.
But coming back to the main thing, if like let's say you kill somebody, you save the 9 others, like nothing happens to you. Just
No. You are tried as a murderer straight up.
Man, okay.
And no one believes you that there were 9 other people in.
So you go in
Yeah,
prison.
yeah, okay.
Well,
Yeah, you go to
fuck,
prison.
man. I don't
honestly,
wanna-
knowing myself,
I don't want to go to prison. You know,
knowing myself,
like you think you have so much potential.
Yeah, exactly.
And like everyone thinks they have so much potential, and like it would be tough, man. It would
Bro,
be so tough.
you have to accepting the fact, like I think we're taking this one to like for granted, like accepting the fact that you're getting locked up for the rest of your life is
no, like, honestly,
it's disgusting.
Honestly, like
So it's basically sacrificing your life and the one of another person for the other 8. But what the fuck?
I wouldn't. I'm sorry. I'd just walk away.
Well, don't be
as if
sorry,
nothing
bro.
ever
Like
happened.
I'm still killing someone in the story.
Hey mom,
Yeah.
for when you watch this, I got your text. I will finish very soon. We're closing, wrapping up very soon. Thanks for the text.
But yeah, honestly, like knowing myself, like I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be like shocked. I'm gonna be like, yo, sorry, I was never here. Peace.
Yo,
I'm out.
Yeah, like as bad as it sounds, like that's
from what I should do standpoint, and I like to think of myself as like like the kind of hero, courageous, whatever the fuck. Probably not doing anything though. Like now that I think about the prison and everything,
Let's be real.
yeah, let's like.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm shitting my
that's-
pants because someone is holding a gun.
Yeah,
and it's
I
about to
feel like-
shit, to
yeah.
shoot
Sorry,
at
guys.
people.
À la base, tes pantalons sont mouillés,
Ouais, non,
Exactly.
not
souillés. Genre, est-ce qu'on peut juste dire que c'est la base dans cette situation-là?
So no, like if you take me, you put me in this position, I'm just getting out for real. Like I'm not
Yeah,
thinking
I'm
about the
just
10
walking
people.
away.
Once again,
Okay.
I don't have
Fair
the
enough.
emotional attachment. But the second you put someone that I know,
Also, fair enough.
well, now I'm going in fucking prison. Yeah. The second you put someone like now, I'm getting prison for someone that I love for sure. For sure. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
shooting someone and
Yeah.
going to prison. Yeah.
Because then
But
the
the second
second
And
out
you're saving
after.
lives, like in my
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, this is the
exactly.
bonus.
Like,
but at
in-
the end of the
in-
day, I'm really saving the one I love.
in the normal situation, like I don't know, but in that one for sure, like hands down.
You know, prison is worth the people you like you love.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, like prison.
I do the time for.
Exactly. Like you can live, and like I'm sure the jury would be kind of lenient.
Yeah,
on you
exactly, on
that
this
10
situation,
people
yeah.
were about to die. Like I tried my best, you know. Like it's the benefit of the doubt.
Quelque chose de dur aussi. Et j'ai l'impression que comme quand tu parles, genre c'est parce que ça revient à être comme vraiment égoïste, comme d'une façon mal vue, mais tu sais de dire que tu vas sauver, prendre un bullet pour comme ton meilleur ami, ta famille, whatever. J'ai l'impression que comme on va tous dire comme
On le
on le
ferait.
ferait, mais
But then what? Come
comme
on,
comme moi des fois j'y pense, et comme c'est vraiment random, mais tu sais genre je suis juste là dans ma douche ou some shit, et je suis juste comme
Genre t'es en train de marcher, t'as tes headphones et tu m'entends pas. Il y a une auto qui arrive, et tu m'entends pas et tu me vois pas. Et je suis comme, oh yo c'est Philippe. Il y a une auto qui arrive, je peux aller te pousser, te décoller, puis toi tu survis.
ouais.
Ou est-ce que je fais rien puis je te vois mourir?
Comme honnêtement, comme pour ma famille, for sure.
À base.
For sure.
Ouais.
Comme je sacrifice. Je pense honnêtement, et comme après avoir passé à ça beaucoup trop de temps de productivité partie là-dedans, je save vous comme
Okay.
mes meilleurs amis, yeah. Mais anything comme
After that, ouais.
ça dépend obviously.
Parce
Comme
que là,
j'ai d'autres très très bons amis, mais il faudrait que j'y pense plus
there you go,
individuellement.
mais
Comme you guys for sure.
Ça
je pense.
concorde avec ce qu'on a dit avant parce que individuellement, one life for one life, right? Mais on vient de dire que les autres vies, les vies des personnes autour de nous, on les considère un peu plus que la nôtre.
Ouais.
Alors, oui, mais la vie d'un stranger, c'est la mienne pour la sienne. Alors, c'est égal. Alors, genre, my bad, mais je vais
Non,
sauver,
non, comme
d'un peu de-
Yo, bro, je sais pas quelle proportion de la population se sacrifierait pour quelqu'un qui connaisse pas.
Non, mais
Ça doit. Non, je sais, mais genre, ça doit être low.
Ah, ouais,
very,
non, ça
very,
doit-
very,
very,
very
very
low.
low.
Parce que j'aimerais te dire comment I would
Mais
do
je suis
it.
sûr qu'il y a du monde. Il y a du monde.
Oui, c'est ça.
qui sont
Non, mais il y en
comme
a,
ouais.
probablement que c'est déjà arrivé.
ça. Ouais, ben, clairement. Ça doit être.
Mais tu vois, si c'est un kid, j'y vais, actually.
Ouais, n'importe quel kid.
Ben, oui, c'est un kid. Genre, comme, tant que c'est un enfant, je fais.
Wow.
Tu vois, j'ai pas.
Comme j'aimerais dire.
Non, mais
que oui,
non, mais tu
ouais,
fais comme.
dans le
Genre, I
monde,
would.
parce que-
Genre, j'aime. Pas juste j'aimerais. Je pense que je ferais ça, mais là, put me in a situation I don't really know.
Ouais.
Mais. Comme surtout du fait que tu sais pas, genre je feel que tu react, c'est comme tes instincts qui parlent sur le moment, c'est comme la seconde de tac 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 tac.
Tu sais vraiment pas.
Et je feel que je te jure, tu sais comme ton cerveau a une capacité d'analyse insane, de faire des choix comme ça dans une seconde et qui prend toutes les variables en compte. Et genre je feel que s'il y a la variable enfant, je le ferais. Et là, dès que c'est la variable de genre for some reason 14 ans et plus, c'est comme
poids
well, fuck.
Ouais.
Je sais pas si on a compris. Ah non.
Ouais, le petit.
Le
c'est
petit-
chaud.
Tu sautes.
Mais vous, c'est jusqu'où? Est-ce que vous faites famille, closest of friends?
Moi, c'est famille, amis.
Ouais.
Puis comme. Ouais, famille, amis. Genre, je sais pas où.
Le reste,
je
c'est
mets
comme-
la ligne à amis. Genre, je dois y penser.
Ouais, obviously,
Genre.
ça dépend parce que comme t'as pas le même... Genre, tu sais, nous, c'est qu'on ça fait comme 10 ans qu'on est
Et comme.
vraiment close aussi.
No
C'est comme-
harm,
ça rentre
aucune
un peu dans la
attaque
famille.
pour
Ouais,
le monde
c'est
sur le-
ça,
Ouais,
c'est
mais
comme rendu vraiment close de famille, genre. Mais
Ouais.
c'est...
Comme, on attaque personne personnellement. Genre, faites-vous le même exercice, genre, mental. Comme, c'est crazy. Comme, live, j'ai mal à la tête. Genre,
Ouais, non, obviously,
non.
non, c'est un exercice mental actually quand même vraiment...
We went-
And I
we went
hope
deep
that
down.
none of us will ever be in this situation.
Mais for some reason, comme...
Non?
Avoue,
Non.
tu fais... Non, ouais.
Non?
I'm still on the hope, yeah, the hope train, but juste comme... Est-ce que ça vous arrive, vous, de juste penser beaucoup trop à ces shit-là? Comme genre, t'es juste là, t'es comme...
100%. T'es dans une salle, toi t'es assis en avant, genre, si un gunman rentre avec un gun
Oh
live
my
dans le
God,
sushi
ouais.
shop qu'on est en ce
Ouais.
moment, qu'est-ce que je fais?
Yo, et
Toujours,
bro, moi, c'est des
toujours.
histoires de comme, bro, il y a comme des balances en haut de la lave et genre, tu sauves. Juste comme, bro, what the fuck?
Balance
man?
au-dessus de la
Non, mais
lave.
tu sais, genre, fuck you, tu meurs, non. Tu sais, comme, genre, je sais pas, je me fais un huge ass scénario et là,
Ah, il y a deux personnes que tu dois choisir.
Ouais, ou comme, tu sais,
Oh,
genre,
merde.
tu me rajoutes des puppies dans l'histoire, des shit comme ça, t'es juste comme, yo, what the hell? Et là,
Un
genre,
random dude et un puppy. ou ton meilleur ami. Ouh, on sauve la puppy.
non, mais réalisez comment est-ce qu'on disregard juste ça, mais juste, tu mets un animal qui est pas un humain, fuck you. Comme,
Ouais.
toi, ta vie
C'est
est juste tellement pas égale à celle d'un autre être humain.
Mais
que
tu vois, il y a du monde qui aime plus les chiens que les êtres humains.
Bro, tu mets, genre, il y en a comme peut-être, même moi j'en fais partie, mais bro, genre 50 chiens pour un humain, yeah, non, going with the human,
Ouais,
juste comme,
c'est
wow,
ça.
what the fuck, comme, mais, c'est un...
Porto.
Porto,
Porto
yeah.
said, we just needed Porto, so I think...
Porto,
Yeah,
hate.
honestly, just one more thing I like just want to add. Like, let's say like rock climbers. So like there's like bits of movies, whatever, and like you're climbing up with like your friend, but then you guys are like attached to the bicycle, and then he gets like stuck with the cord, and the only way for you guys, well, for
It's
you to
either you
survive,
both die or you have to cut the
rope,
cord
yeah.
and you survive and he dies, like that.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, but
But
before
yeah.
we get into
Yeah,
it,
I
I
know,
think we're
but
gonna
so-
wrap it up.
Yeah,
Fucking horrible.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna do
Just something to
nightmares.
like finish off on though.
On a bad note.
Yeah, like you
Got
guys
syrup, yeah.
think about that at home. We'll think about it here too while we eat some good pork. I think the food's ready. My mom's gonna start murdering me very soon. So to wrap it up, thank you very much. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm pointing to you right now. If you're watching only with sound, I am pointing to you, the mic.
Smash like.
Smash like. Thank you so much for all the support. We love you guys. Honestly, we just continue. We're just talking. Like we said, our main mission is to just get the conversation going, continue talking, or listen to us talk. Do whatever you want just to get conversation going. It's the best way to share ideas and rationalize your own positions on things. Also, quickly before we talked about it, like we've been talking about things that are very like doomsday and stuff like that in the latest podcast. But I also just like want to stress the point that like there's a lot of good things going on in the world. It's not just all bad,
Yeah.
and like there are a lot of big enjeux right now in the world. But like there's still a lot of progress like everywhere in all aspects of life in different like just mainly in like fundamental things like life expectancy and like extreme levels of extreme poverty and stuff like that. I actually have an interesting Twitter handle if you guys want to follow. It's like human progress or worldprogress.org, something like that. And they just do they extract researches for you that actually show the good in the world right now, which is really nice. And you can have like going down your timeline, you'll get some good news, and sometimes some good news is good because like we've been getting a lot of bad news. So there are some things going good in the world and there's hope. So I just wanted everyone to keep a positive attitude towards our future.
We can put the link in the description too.
We'll put their
the-
handle, and they have an official website. Like I just see it on Twitter, but they have a website and everything, and they all have their researches done and like, yeah.
Moi, juste pour finir, ça serait de rajouter qu'aujourd'hui, format de podcast un peu différent. On aime expérimenter vers des nouvelles directions, un peu plus sur la morale, moins sur les faits, plus sur ce qu'on pense. Encore une fois, votre feedback là-dedans va être très important, de comme pas nécessairement j'aime ça ou j'aime pas ça. Comme ça, c'est comme oui, on veut le savoir, c'est bien. Mais s'il y a une façon que vous pensez qu'on peut faire ce format de podcast d'une manière plus efficace ou d'une façon plus structurée, n'ayez pas peur de nous en parler. On essaie vraiment des nouvelles choses parce que c'est quand même assez exigeant d'avoir à chaque fois un podcast vraiment basé sur des faits. Ça demande une recherche, ça demande une certaine concentration pour pouvoir vraiment éclaircir certains sujets qu'on a déjà abordés. Donc voilà, donc c'est juste pour dire que c'est un nouveau format, on essaye, c'était vraiment fun à faire en tout cas. À faire, c'était vraiment nice. Mais donc voilà, avoir votre feedback là-dessus, votre feedback va être intéressant parce que c'est une nouveauté pour nous aussi, puis on continue d'enjoy. Première fois avec un invité aussi, si vous pensez à un setup meilleur que ça. Porky over here, we love him.
Yeah. And also, like, no hard feelings for the comments. Like, if everything is bad, like, according to you, like, say it, say like everything's bad.
We'll take
like,
the feedback for sure.
Everything's good.
100%. Good point. And last thing, if you guys have ideas of what we should talk about or people we should have over, continue shooting that through. And I think that wraps everything. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great week. Have a great 2 weeks. We're bi-weekly. Yeah. And peace out. We love you guys.
Enjoy the summer for those that are done.
Ciao.